Hello and welcome to another screencast from eDesign 360. This is your host Ames Brown, and today we're going to be exploring audio, how to install the free Audacity software on either Mac or Windows and get it set up to record and save as MP3, the classic audio file format that is used professionally. Think of the term MP3 player. How to do basic preferences set up for your recording, and how to make adjustments, well, rather basic adjustments to your recording, and then save it. So let's get started. First of all, you're going to want to go to the audacity.sourceforge.net site. You can see here, audacity.sourceforge, all one word, .net, and we'll go to the download tab, and here you'll see two columns. There are actually two different versions, and we're going to talk about installing the 1.3 series beta version. Audacity uses the term beta very liberally. Their way of thinking about a beta is something that develops across a few years. So actually 1.3 has been around for quite a while. It is very stable and has a lot of advanced features. So depending on whether you're running a Windows or Mac computer, you're going to click on the right version here, and then you're going to have to scroll down. It gives you a little target to scroll down. So in your Windows version, you're moving down, and then here would be the actual installer. So if you were going to download that, I suggest right-clicking Save Link As. That's what appears in your pop-up in a Firefox web browser. And then you can I have a sample desktop folder here. You can save it directly to your desktop. That might be a good place to save it to. And let's just look again at if you were selecting for Mac. And again at the top, there's a target that scrolls you down directly to the recommended download. In this case, you would control click or two-finger click on a Mac and save link as. And here we go into my little sample desktop folder here. And you could save this down to your desktop. Remember that in either case, this is the software installer, the equivalent of what you would get on a CD. So this isn't the application itself. Once you've downloaded it, you then have to double click on it and run it to do the installation. So once you've done that, and it's very quick, you're going to open up your app, and you'll see an interface that looks like this. First thing that pops up is you're welcome to Audacity, and you can see they provide links here for reference. And you can say, don't show this again, if you don't want to always see that every time you start up. In this case, I'll just say OK. And here is my window. I see the familiar types of symbols that we've grown used to, no matter how old we are, going back to the days of cassette recorders, on up to VCRs, to the fully digital types of devices and controls we have today. So you can see here that looks like, that's what I'm going to click on to record, and that's probably what I'm going to click on to stop, and this would be to pause. Notice how the little hints pop up if you're not sure what. So go all the way to the end, go all the way forward. But we need to do a few things first to make sure that we know where we're recording from. So I'm on a Mac here right now, so it's the first menu. Options is Audacity, Preferences. On Windows, it's the next menu over, but you'll still find the Preferences item to click on. And once you do that, you'll see that you have a whole set of different settings that you can play with here. Most important, that's why it's listed first, is your devices. Your devices for playback and your devices for recording. So typically this would be what a default setting might look like. It might be set to stereo. And built-in output would be the, let's take a laptop for example, these would be the speakers built right into your laptop. Built-in input would be a microphone built right into the bezel of the display of your laptop. Perhaps it's linked to a webcam. Hopefully you have something a little more sophisticated to record with, but you need to select it. In my case, I'm going to select this particular USB microphone I have. It has a serial number, and that's going to be the microphone that I record from. Actually, it's the one I'm speaking on right now as I do this demonstration. And here I'm going to change to mono. Well, you would say, well, but stereo, I want stereo. Well, stereo is really good for multi-track compositions, for music, for dividing the audio between the left and right ear and playing with certain effects. But when you record your voice, you really want to do it in mono. It's not as though you have your sound coming out of your mouth coming from two different locations. It's coming from one location. And so when we think of speaking into a microphone, we are usually always talking about a mono signal, a single channel signal. And so if you see two waveforms when you record your voice, do an audio recording, that means that you have stereo selected. It just makes it a little more complicated. It's just duplicating the same signal on both channels. So mono here for recording, and the microphone that you're recording from. Built-in output would be your speakers. But perhaps you're using a headset, and maybe it's a USB headset. So in my case, I'm wearing a Logitech wireless headset. So I have the earmuffs on to listen through. I'm not using the internal speakers. And I could also record with that too, because I have a little boom mic that can spin down from my earmuffs, and I can record from that, a classic headset. When you hear the term headset, that includes a microphone and earphones. Otherwise, you talk about earphones, or earplugs. But when you say headset, you might also say headphones. But when you say headset, the syllable set refers to the set of microphone and earphone together. In my case, I'm going to be recording with this USB microphone that's sitting in front of me at the moment. And the interface up here is probably something you don't want to play around with unless you're really an audiophile and know a lot about your system settings. So what it has by default is probably going to be fine. So the other issue that we want to look at is importing and installing the MP3 plugin. Because of licensing issues, Audacity can't distribute the MP3 plugin that allows you to save to MP3. So they give you the interface for actually downloading it and installing it. So just quickly running down here, we have playback. These settings are probably going to be fine. You'll notice down here, sound activated recording. That would be when you want when there's sound near the microphone that it triggers the recording. The quality, the default sample rate, and settings that you see here are fine to begin with. The interface in terms of how the waveform is expressed, and we'll be looking at that. Again, the default is fine. Here we have more settings to play with in terms of how the recording is viewed as you're recording. Here we have settings that relate to importing or exporting files. How do you want to have the save window respond? Now libraries, okay, so we're down to libraries. This is what we're concerned about in terms of adding in an MP3 plugin. So down here, spectrograms, that's again related to the appearance of waveforms when you're recording, directories, warnings, effects, keyboard, mouse. So you can explore these, but I would not really do anything with them, just accept the default settings to get started. So the two places we're going to check initially after having installed Audacity are devices to make sure you have what you want in terms of recording and playback, and libraries. So your library should say LAME, which is an acronym that relates to the MP3 codec that does the compression on your audio recording. And you should see LAME here. Now you won't if you've just installed it, because you need to first download. So they give you a link here, and if I click on download, it's going to take me to a site. All right, so I have the Windows download here, and I have the Mac download here. So if you click, it's going to take you to this rather unaesthetic looking screen here, and you scroll down, and you'll see this file here for Windows, LAME version 3.98.3, and you're going to download and run that. And on a Mac, you're going to download the matching version 3.98.2 for OS 10. And so that's a virtual disk that you're downloading. Again, I would, either case, on Windows, I would right-click, save it down to your computer, and then run the installer. And the same thing here, save it down on a Mac, and then open it and run the installer. Then after you've done that, you need to locate it. So it should automatically find the location that went along with the installation of the LAME MP3 codec. So once you have it downloaded, and then you install it, and then you locate it in Audacity, at that point you should see this LAME 3.98.2 version active here, and that means that you can now save to MP3. So you are now ready to record and edit audio, which is a topic for another screencast. This has been eDesign 360. Join us again soon.